Hey YouTube, Victoria Cole here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to just go over quickly the Urban Decay Vice #4 palette. Isn't it beautiful? I love it, I love it, I love it. I got this as a birthday gift from my sweet hubby. It is $60. I found out that's expensive, but the reason why is because it has such beautiful colors and you have to see them. They are so beautiful. So let's get started. So I already prepped my face with this foundation, Rimmel London, and it's Match Perfection. This one's Light Nude 102, and it does have a little bit of the SPF, which is 18, but my skin is fairly sensitive, so I have to watch out what kind of foundations I use, and I've been using this one for a while. It does very well for the most part throughout the day. If I set it with a powder, sometimes it can crease in, I guess because of my strong jeans and my forehead. I have these lines right here. Yeah, so sometimes it creases in there, but what makeup doesn't? You have to excuse me. I'm going to be looking down here as well to try to make sure that I have my eyes on point and on fleek for you guys, okay? So I'm going in with my flat brush from Coastal Scents, and I'm just using color Framed from the Urban Decay palette. And then I'm going to go in with color Low and just going to do inner and outer corner. I decided that this brush kind of made a mess on my face because it kind of spread the powder all over because it picks up so much powder. So I had to go in with a fluffy brush and kind of get some of that dust off. So I decided to use my finger instead to add a little bit more product and blend it in nicely. I use my fingers a lot of times. If you're good with that, it's a really good way not to use your brushes at times, and it works very, very well if you know how to articulate. So I'm using that color again, just kind of loading it up a little bit more just because my brush didn't cooperate with me. And it's probably because I didn't do any eyelid prep because I didn't set my foundation with powder. So I just kind of let that be my eyelid prep. But of course, nothing beats an actual eyelid prep product. So next time we'll use that. I'm going in with the color Flame. It's a beautiful shimmery orange, and I'm just kind of loading it up right onto the middle of my eyelid. And I'm just using the same brush that came in with the palette. It's a flat brush. It's a very tiny brush, so it worked really well, but I wanted to load up a little bit more product, so I went back in and put some more in. Using a round brush, I think I got this brush from like TJ Maxx. I love this brush, washes really well. And I'm gonna go in and use color Delete. It's a beautiful matte brown, and I'm just gonna go underneath my orbital bone and just a little bit extending above my orbital bone just to kind of give me a little bit more definition. And while I was using that brush, it kind of took off some of my orange. So again, I'm going back in and loading a little bit more because I wanted to make sure that that color was standing out. Then I'm going to go in with Discreet color. It's a very soft gray color. It is matte, it's not shimmery. I'm going to go under my eyebrow and just blend in the brown, making sure that I'm not dragging the brown underneath my eyebrow, so it's not like scary. It's not scary looking, but you know, you could still see a difference, and it makes your eyebrow stand out. And I already did my eyebrow before, so I kind of like it more natural versus putting a bunch of product. And you could see what it looks like at the end once you finish the eyeshadow. I'm going to go ahead and use Anastasia palette. It is a fair palette. The color is fair, and I'm using a flat brush, also from Coastal Scents, and I'm just going to load it under my eyelid to help me clean up any kind of mess I made. Using sometimes the powders, especially with some brushes that pick up so much product, you tend to kind of drop a lot. The only thing you want to make sure, if you're using the Anastasia palette, you want to make sure that you just do one eye at a time and use your wet beauty blender, or should I say moist beauty blender, and go ahead and blend it in, because if you go ahead and do the other eye and wait to blend them two together, this product dries pretty quickly and then it doesn't blend very well and it creases. So that's the only downfall that I found with this product, is that it doesn't blend in very well and it dries fairly quickly. And it could be because my skin is more on the dry side, even though I do put moisturizer underneath. So, I mean, some people might do very well, but I've heard other people say that they crease with that product as well. But overall, I mean, it works fairly well to cover. You just want to make sure you blend it in very well. Using an angled brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics and a Physicians Formula light bronze pearl, I'm just going under my cheekbones, a little bit on my forehead and underneath my chin, just to kind of give me a little bit of that definition so I don't look flat, and give me a little bit more color. I love this bronzer. It definitely does not break me out. Using Sigma E70 brush, I believe. It's a winged liner brush, and I'm using a jar from L'Oreal Paris of liner, and it's black, of course. And I love this brush. It works very, very well. And of course, the product with the brush combined, it's phenomenal. I've always kind of struggled creating a good line, and Sigma brush has definitely made my life a lot easier. But I still check to make sure that I have both eyeliners exactly the same, and I go back in and correct it. I'm putting a little bit on my lower lash line, not on the inside of the eye, but outside, just to give you that pop. Using my Milani Runway Lashes Black Mascara, I'm just going over quickly my top lashes and bottom. I like how it feels very natural, and it looks very natural too. It's not clumpy, and it actually, when you touch the eyelashes, it doesn't feel hard. So I really, really like to use this mascara. It's really my go-to product. And I know my palette is kind of disgusting, but I really love this blush. It's called Tickled Pink. If you don't like to wear blush, this is a good color. It's like a coral light pink. So it doesn't really show that you have blush on, but it does give you that good color. Using my Lumi by L'Oreal, I'm using a fan brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics and just kind of brushing a little bit on my upper cheekbones. And then I'm going to go back in and use some on my nose to make it stand out, of course, and let it glow. And I decided that the fan didn't pick up as much as I wanted to of the product. So I went back in and I used a little bit on my Cupid's bow above my lip, and then I put some more on top of my cheekbones and a little bit on my above my orbital bone, which is like right below my eyebrow, just to kind of give me that shine. I'm using Rimmel London Airy Fairy lipstick. It smells delicious, and it's definitely moisturizing. I totally recommend their lipsticks. I love this pink. It's like a nude pink. It works very, very well with my skin. I'm going to go back in with Bare Minerals. This one's fairly medium, C20. And I'm just going to go in and blend right under my cheekbone because I had a breakout. I wanted to cover it, but I didn't want to overload it with makeup. So I just went ahead and set it under my eyes and under my neck. And that's all for this look, me loves. And as always, create culture, be you. Make sure that you like this post and share with your friends. And if you have not already, please subscribe.